Hello everyone, I'm Rachel, this is Kibo and Mawenzi, and we are Adventurous Heart. And today we want to share with you something that one of you, our awesome YouTube viewers, shared with us. And that is a book called A Porcupine Named Fluffy. Now Kibo, Mawenzi, what do you think about this book? A Porcupine Named Fluffy. Do you guys feel fluffy? I don't know. Let's give them a couple extra pets. No, they're not really feeling fluffy. They kind of feel coarse, kind of like plastic or straw. But we are going to read this book. Stick around as we read A Porcupine Named Fluffy. And we'll see what Mawenzi and Kibo think of this book. What do you think? Do you want to read it with me? Is this going to be such a good book, Wens? A Porcupine Named Fluffy. So, when Mr. and Mrs. Porcupine, also Mawenzi and Kibo, Mawenzi, they decided to have their first child. Now, do you know what a porcupine baby is called? That one's interesting. Is it a calf? No. Is it a kid? No. It's a porcupet. So, when porcupines have a baby, it's known as a porcupet. So when Mr. and Mrs. Porcupine had their first child, a porcupet, they were so delighted. Now, he needed a name. Now, what should they name this beautiful porcupine called a porcupet? Should they call him Spike? I don't know. Spike? No, Spike was too common of a name for a porcupine. What do you think, Wenzi? Should you call him Lance? No, Lance seemed too fierce with all of these needles. They couldn't call him Lance. What about Needle Rooser? Would Needle Rooser be a good name for a porcupine? Needle Rooser was just too long. What about Wenzi? What do you think about Prickles, or maybe Pokey or Quillian? That might be a name fitting for a baby porcupine. Then together, they had a great idea. We will call the porcupine Fluffy. Right, Mawenzi? Fluffy. What do you think about that? They said it's such a pretty name. Fluffy it is. But soon there came a time when Fluffy began to doubt that he was indeed fluffy. Oh, I'm not so sure. He first became suspicious when he backed into a door and, oh no, he stuck fast to it. That was not a fluffy thing to do. So, Mawenzi and Kibo, Fluffy, he was even more convinced when he accidentally slept on his back and poked holes in the mattress. That too was a very unfluffy thing to do. When he tried to carry an umbrella, it didn't go well either. And he knew the truth without a doubt. Fluffy, definitely he wasn't. So he decided maybe he could become even fluffier. Clouds, Miss Mawenzi, clouds are fluffy. He thought, I'll be a cloud. But a cloud, a porcupine, just couldn't be, because when he climbed that tree, It fell to the bottom. You see, African crested porcupines are not tree climbers like there's other species, the North American porcupines. So Fluffy, he couldn't be a cloud. I know, said Fluffy. Pillows are fluffy. He said, I'll be a pillow, but when his mother sat on the pillow that his quills were under, she was not pleased. He tried soaking in a bubble bath for 45 minutes. Certainly, that would make him fluffy, but no. Instead, he just became soggy. Miss Mawenzi knows about that when she took her own bath. While it's good to be clean, it will not make a porcupine and their quills become fluffy. He decided to try whipped cream. He put a little on each quill. It was not easy, and it took more than half the day. But this did not make Fluffy fluffy. They should have called my name Gooey, he sighed. Mawenzi, Kibo. Mawenzi, Kibo. Hi, sweetie. Hi. The next thing the porcupine decided to do was to eat a lot of marshmallows. They're fluffy, right, Mawenzi? You love to eat marshmallows. So he ate and ate tons of marshmallows. He even tried to roll in shaving cream and feathers. Maybe that would make him fluffy. He even tried to become a bunny by putting a bunny costume on. But the truth remained, Miss Mawenzi. Porcupines, you're just not fluffy. So what was he to do? He had a name and it just didn't seem to fit him. He didn't seem to be able to follow the adventures that were in his heart with a name like Fluffy. Who wants to talk to a porcupine with a name like Fluffy? How was he going to follow the adventures in his heart? And maybe some of you are contemplating, not because of your name, but because of other things in your life, of how am I going to follow the adventure in my heart, of what I really want to do. For me, of course, you know, it was having porcupines and having fun with them. And as you know, some people don't necessarily agree with having porcupines, but I love hanging out with them and letting them roam around and do all kinds of things. You just saw Mawenzi come over and lick me, and we seem to be pretty good pals. Let's see if she'll come over. Mawenzi, come on, honey. Kibo. Mawenzi. Miss Mawenzi. Mawenzi, friends. Mawenzi, come here. Hi, honey girl. That's my girl. Oh, denied. Come on, Kibo. Oh, denied. They just both went in their tunnel. That's a Keeb. That's my Kibo. There's Wens. Hi, sweetie. Hi. So everybody has to follow the adventures that are in their heart, whatever they may be. All right. So with that in mind, one afternoon, Fluffy set out for a walk. He was trying to think of ways to become fluffy. If he could just do it, maybe he'd be happy. Before long, he met a large rhinoceros. Lindsay, do you see that rhinoceros? Before long, he met a big, large rhinoceros. "Grrr," said the rhinoceros. "I'm going to give you a rough time." Fluffy didn't know what a rough time was, but he didn't like the sound of that at all. "What is your name, little prickly thing?" "Fluffy," said Fluffy. The rhinoceros smiled, he giggled, and he laughed. He rolled on the ground, slapped his knee, roared with laughter. A porcupine named Fluffy. How the rhinoceros? No, that just couldn't be. Fluffy was so embarrassed, but he tried to be polite. Well then, sir, what is your name? I can't say it. Giggled the rhino. Maybe Hubert? Hubert is what the porcupine named Fluffy asked. Is your name Hubert? Oh, help! I just can't say it. I'm laughing so hard, said the rhinoceros. Harold, or maybe Herman? Asked Fluffy. Oh, gasped the rhinoceros. It's Hippo. Hippo? A rhinoceros named Hippo. Fluffy laughed. Here, come here. Oh, come. Oh my goodness. Come here. Hey. Shh. Fluffy laughed. He giggled. He roared with laughter. He laughed out loud. He giggled. He slapped his knee. He howled with laughter. Mawenzi, can you imagine that? Oh, don't eat the book. A rhinoceros named Hippo? Fluffy cried out loud. But before they knew it, together, they were both laughing at their names. Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. A porcupine named Fluffy. A rhinoceros named Hippo. It was almost more than they could bear. Hippo and Fluffy, they rolled around, giggling and laughing until tears filled their eyes. At last, they lay exhausted on the ground. And from that time on, they were all the best of friends. I'm Rachel. This is Mawenzi, and she's not Fluffy, but she still loves it. And this is a rhino named Hippo. And we are Adventurous Heart, and we hope that you enjoyed the book and that you will get out and follow all the adventures in your heart. Thank you so much to the YouTube subscriber and friend who recommended this book, A Porcupine Called Fluffy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good girl. Thanks.